Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Spartan. Things may look a little different to you today. I know they certainly look different to me. I have a few things to get used to here. Mouse is the first thing I need to get used to. But I played on the new PC today. Took a couple hours out of my day today and was able to get it all put together. It's a pretty simple install on all of the parts and pieces, and went together beautifully. Fired it up the first time, and voila, worked like a charm. So I was very pleased, happy camper. No issues at all. The only issue I had was I had a bad HDMI cable. So if that's the worst that I'll experience now, I'm using a different capture program right now. It's very heavy on the PC. I could actually tell even on this one the difference once I fired it up, and so until I get some things worked out, I'm going to still continue to, game on this computer and record, because it's certainly better than the old way that we were using before. That was, the computer was just so out of date. But anyway, really appreciate all your support on that video too. Little unboxing video. It's pretty exciting. I was a little nervous to do that video because I've never done any kind of video like that before, but yeah, it worked out, and everything looked good when I checked back. Again, took a couple times to record it to get it right, at least the first part of it. But everything looks a little different to me now. It looks a lot clearer, a lot sharper. I have almost every graphic setting either turned on or turned up all the way. So that's the biggest difference, is just having everything turned up. And but there's still some things I need to tweak. Still some settings that I need to work on the actual PC, not the game. But hopefully, they're going to be a little bit more optimized on Alpha 16 as well. And when Alpha 16 comes out, we may toy around with it a little bit. Now the gamma is turned down. I need to turn that gamma up. There's one thing I'm going to need to do so you all can see here at nighttime without lighting. But yeah, still a lot of tweaking I need to do. Something was going on with the little M2 hard drive that I wasn't satisfied with, that I need to fix. Let's jump off the bike here. See if you all can see. Let's see. Let's turn the gamma up. Don't want to turn it up too much, because then it does look kind of awful if we do that. It doesn't look quite as crisp and as sharp. But I certainly want you to be able to see it. So yeah, pretty excited. Didn't document it. I took some pictures or whatever, but I was not able to just sit there at one time and just do it all. It took me maybe 4 or 5 times coming and messing with a little bit here and a little bit there, and to set it all up and to capture all that stuff, just really not set up for that over here, and. So I just went ahead and put it together. Of course, that would have also, if I'd had to wait to do that, then that would have put me back a few days getting it all put together, because I'd have had to do it on the weekend, so I was ready to get the thing put together and get some decent quality videos started. Now, this one may not be it. It's probably going to take me a week or two to kind of figure things out, get some things sorted and situated. But absolutely, forgot to get the rebar. Absolutely guarantee you that moving forward into the future, we're going to have a better quality content here on the channel. Everything's going to look much, much better, crisper, sharper. And hopefully, like I said, I don't know, maybe we'll play around with some more zombies. But the UMA, the way it's set up right now, it's still going to be pretty resource heavy, especially with the graphics turned up the way, everything turned up. But as soon as Alpha 16 comes out and they have the new system in place, I think I will be able to jack the zombie spawn up. It'd be really cool to have like 100 or 150 per wave or some crazy number like that. I'd like to see that. I'd like to experience that. So maybe we get to. But I certainly appreciate all your support. I don't want to call your names out, but I really thank you for the donations. A couple of you were more than generous, and every little bit helps, because I've certainly spent every last extra dime that I've had lately to go towards this PC build. And there's a lot of things that I was forgetting, little things, and it all added up. So, but that's the way to do it. It absolutely is. If you have a PC that's even just remotely close to working, just go ahead and buy a piece here, a piece there over the course of months, kind of like I did, and go with what you want instead of just settling for something. Too often in the past, I'd get a PC and I just knee-jerk reaction, spur of the moment, go buy one. The worst decision I ever made is I went to Best Buy one time. My computer, I forgot, maybe the one I had died, and I think I knew what the fix was going to be or something, but I was impatient. It was like a Saturday, so I threw the old hat on, ran up to Best Buy, and I bought their gaming PC. And at the time, it was like first generation i7, and it wasn't bad. Eventually I bought a graphics card and put in it, but I would have been a whole lot happier if I'd have just waited, been patient, and maybe fixed the one that I had, and saved up my money and bought a decent computer. And instead, I suffered through a while of having that thing until I actually had a nice computer built for me down the road. But yeah, the hardest thing was just I say the hardest thing, just getting all the drivers set up, and had my daughter here today. She just turned 5 a couple days ago. And I said, boy, I could use a third hand holding up this radiator. And so she's like, oh, I'll help. So she came over and helped me hold the radiator up with the liquid cooler while I screwed it in place. And yeah, she was my assistant today. So I don't think I did that right. Or maybe I did. Maybe I did. But all of you who have been here since the channel got up and going good, I can't thank you enough for your support and sticking here with me. Didn't have the greatest equipment to work with, but once I realized that it's something I enjoy doing here, sharing, documenting and sharing what I do with you all, that absolutely, I was going to try to get a better PC and do it up right. And here we are. It's nice too. So I have the old computer next to me here. I have a 34-inch monitor for it sitting next to me. So I have that. I will use it to capture on eventually, to take the burden off of this computer. But right now, it's just kind of sitting there, but it is nice. Maybe I can use it for sound effects or something. We'll see. I'll find a use for it outside of just capture. And it's still kicking. Certainly not going to get rid of it. But it's Horde Day tomorrow, and I think we'll just go to the Hub City base, and we'll take them on there, right up the street here. That would be the smartest thing to do, I believe, with the resources that we have and so forth, and that way we don't have to drive too far away from home or fix anything up, because someone had asked a snowfall base. I apologize, and I'm not going to go over there because it's going to take a lot of wood and a lot of time to make the spikes. I think to make 50 spikes was like, I don't want to say a time, but it was a long time. It was a long time, real time, So a lot of resources and stuff just to get destroyed, just to take on a horde over there. I know at least in the free fall bunker here, we're not going to use a lot of resources. A little bit of steel, a little bit of ammo, and we're good. So I know what to expect, but... and there's no riding. We're not going to waste any time having to ride all the way across the map to get to the base. So you can tell my voice is a little bit better. Still scratchy. About 85% right now. Appreciate you all hanging through there the last several videos with me. Boy, some of those videos I barely made it through. But hopefully by, certainly by this weekend sometime. Today I'm recording is actually Thursday, so hopefully by Saturday or Sunday or something like that, you know, I'll have my voice back 100%. I'll be feeling much better. Won't sound so nasally and so scratchy. And right now I have no way of knowing if this capture program is actually working. So I cross my fingers here that it's capturing what I'm doing. The Bandicam that I was using before did have a little thing up in the top left that I could see, you know, that it was working. What I'm using is OBS, I think it's Studio, and I've never used that. I've used OBS for streaming and whatnot, but this is a little different than what I was used to, a more updated version, and you know, it seems to be okay. Most likely I will buy a program or get something different, but for right now, you know, it's going to work. It's going to hold us over. I hear a zombie somewhere. Can't tell where that's at. So let me jump up top here. Let's see what we want to do. Oh, look at that. He's up here with me. Nice. Oh, where are you going? Come back. Oh, there's Pharaoh. There's a Pharaoh. Come here, Mr. Pharaoh. Uh-huh. Oh, I have to get used to this new keyboard and mouse. Ooh. Whoa. Where's she at? Oh, she's outside. She's outside. She's trying to get in. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Ooh. All right. So I still have to finish out the pit area down there. You know, I haven't even really done much at all with that. Just been focusing on this above ground portion. But I do need to get down there and get some of that taken care of. That's going to be... oh, Spartan with the broke... Yeah, I can't go an episode without breaking a leg. I'm going to blame it on the mouse and the keyboard, the new visuals and all. That's what it is. You know, I stepped off the side there. I'm sure that's what it was. So, let's get up here and do what we had set out to do about 5 minutes ago. Get this thing set up. Ooh, this little keyboard and this new mouse is it's different. It's a lot different feeling. May have to switch back to the old mouse at least. Keep the keyboard, but switch out the mouse. Usually takes me about a week or so to transition something new like that. Almost fell again. So we're not going to go for too long today because, like I said, Horde Day is upon us. I will probably take us up pretty close to Horde Day, but leave enough time, you know, to give us some wiggle room there. Before it's, you know, actually hits us. Oh, yeah, there's some rebar over there. I need to upgrade on the exterior portion of the base. Can't forget to do that. Well, I hope you like the design here that I'm coming up with. Someone asked me today, what, where do you draw your inspiration from? It's like, yeah, sometimes I'm just sitting around and I'm like, hey, you know, it'd be pretty cool to do I kind of draw my inspiration from thin air. That's where I draw it. I don't get out very much these days on YouTube. Matter of fact, I can't tell you the last time I actually watched someone that played 7 Days to Die. I watch some streamers from time to time, but their their idea on the game's a little different than mine, and so it's not a lot of things there to pull from, and I purposely block that kind of stuff out to YouTube. I don't like seeing other people's designs, because then it bleeds over into what you do. You know, you see something and you want to copy it and implement it into your build, even not meaning to. You'll see something and you'll want to, and so I just always have stayed away from that sort of thing and just try to come up with something unique and different. This build should certainly be different and unique. Follows along the line of my funnel builds from the past in Alpha 13, and maybe before that even. Yeah, you know, I say that, Alpha 13, but the first alpha that I played, when a game first came out, I made like a funnel build that was into a free fall pit. I can remember my buddy Lex. A couple of us were up top, and Lex is down at the bottom, and we're all on the headset, you know, talking to each other. And he's really quiet, like the whole night down there. I think maybe I told you this story, but we go down there the next day, and there are boxes, storage boxes scattered all over the place, and they're just full of random junk. And he was just so overwhelmed with the zombies falling in. I don't remember on that first alpha, one of the first alphas, if there was a... I think they just kept coming at nighttime, you know, just kept coming and coming and coming, and he was so overwhelmed down there because the bodies were just falling, and it was his job to, you know, pick up the loot and throw it in the storage chest, and and that was a funnel build. I guess the whole point of the story was that was the very beginning of the game, and that was a funnel build that I was using with that led into a free fall pit, and I like the funnel idea. It doesn't work so well now, but it is still fun to funnel them into a particular area. Watch them go splat. Now the whole idea of the funnel here, with the free fall pit on the outside. Oops, sorry. Adjust this mouse. Is not to have them fall into the free fall pit. As a matter of fact, I hope none of them fall into the free fall pit, because I won't be down there during the horde. It's only to channel them or to funnel them into where I'm going to be in the center. I swear you be, get out of here. My hope is that they walk up or run up at nighttime, and they go around that, because see, as it is right now, they're going to the corners or whatever the easiest path is, but when they can't path over someplace, a lot of you have tried the free fall builds and say, oh, they just stand around the top and they won't path over the hole. Well, my hope is that they don't, you know, they don't path over that hole. Try to go through the hole and fall down in there, that they go around it and come to where I have designed for them to come to. Yeah, I was really surprised. I started putting this thing together, and I guess about 2 hours it took to put it together from start to finish. That's liquid cooler, you know, for the CPU, everything installed. I had to take some breaks because, like I said, I had my daughter here, and they had to run into town a couple times and this and that, so I'd put a little part on and then have to stop, put a part on. But once I got to actually sit down with it and just go, it was all pretty straightforward. And any of you who are contemplating getting a new computer, absolutely encourage you to build one instead of buy one, because man, I can't tell you the amount of money that I saved. You all look through that price list that was under the video, and add about another 2,000 to that to have this specific company that I call build it for me and ship it, which is a ridiculous amount of money. And of course they're going to put it together. They're going to test it, you know, they're going to stress test it. They're going to hold on to it for a few days. They're going to ship it all out in a nice, pretty box and crate and, you know, all the frills and stuff. But it still was just the same components that I used. Because that's what I called. I said, this is what I want. How much is it going to cost? And so, absolutely. Enough guides out there now, YouTube, Google, to show you how to do each and everything that you need to do. If you have any questions, that you could certainly do it yourself. And, you know, like I said, this stuff had sat around in here for months now. I've been collecting these parts, and I just kind of threw them off to the side and, you know, collected them all, slapped it together today, no issues at all, everything. First time, fired it up, boom, right into the BIOS. Install Windows from a flash drive, and here I am. So don't let that scare you away that, you know, you've never put this is my first computer I've ever put together. Now I've taken some apart before and put them back together, install CPU coolers, but I've never actually installed a CPU. So this was my first CPU to install. I was a little bit nervous about that. I had to try my hands, a little sweaty there when I was putting that thing in. Guys, like, I watched this video, and I knew how to do it, but I was nervous, so I watched this video of a guy putting one in it was similar to mine. He's like, whatever you do, don't bend those pins, or you're going to have to RMA the motherboard. I was like, oh. But, you know, 2 minutes later, it was installed, and no issues whatsoever, so. Yeah, and I knew it wouldn't be. I knew it would be all be simple. Everything is plug and play. There's only a certain amount of... Everything has its own specific place to go as far as plugs and wires and all of that. So you can't mess that up. Manual tells you, you know, this goes here and that goes there. And voila. But I hope, you know, the software that I'm using to record, when I first looked back at the recording, it didn't look very good. It didn't look any better than it did before, but the settings were all turned up. I was like, what? So I beefed it up a little bit, some of the settings in the actual software, recording software, capture software, and it did look better. So I'll look back at it, you know, after I finish recording here and see, but hopefully it translates and it's going to look a lot better than it did before. It's my hope, at least. I hope that everything's looking nice and sharp. Might as well go down here and kill a zombie or two, or 3 or 4, many more. I need to make ourselves another spike club too. This one's seen better days. Yeah, someone asked why I didn't take the glue. I don't know why I haven't been taking the glue. You know, I need it. Eventually gonna need it, so there's no reason for me not to take it. I guess because it's kind of easy to come by the glue. You know, the bones and the murky water, and you can just make hundreds of it. It's and now that I know about the awnings with cloth, I mean, that's easy too. So you know, we can make tons of duct tape, and that's not too much of a concern now. I'm not going to really focus on collecting some of those things, especially when my inventory's supposed to be in full. But it's starting to come together now. It's looking a little better, looking a little bit more like a horde bunker should. Still deciding what I'm going to do within here. Have a couple ideas, and maybe nothing at all. But kind of looking at that. Going to take some time in the next episode or two. Well, it's probably not going to take two. I'm going to do a fast forward, a speed build, time lapse, and replace all of this snow out here with reinforced concrete. That way the cops' explosions, the cops' spit can't destroy the terrain out here. Yeah, it's looking sort of like that. I have some cool idea with the lighting, and hopefully that works out well too. Should look good now. Should be able to turn the settings up and make it look good. And then this will probably be one of the last things we do in here. I decide what I want to do and how I want to do it, you know, and exactly. And then we'll get that done. Yeah, we still have plenty of stuff in here. Let's, ooh, look at all that stone. Let's do a sort. We'll leave that there. I don't think we need wood back at the base. Leave all of our supplies here. We'll leave the duster. We're going to need to drink some. We're almost thirsting to death. My mouse is really big, my cursor on here. I don't know if you can, if you all see the cursor. I changed the UI scaling in Windows. It may actually take me logging out of Steam or something, though. I didn't think about that. But it's huge. It's huge. All right, well, that's that. Let's grab what's in this chest, too. We could use the sand. Certainly. Certainly. And we can also dump off this stuff here. Well, I was going to say I hear a zombie walking. Let's check this one more time and make sure there's nothing in here that I need to take back to the base with me. My axe. And that's all. Just my axe. Can't believe he doesn't see me over there just wandering around. Okay, well, that is that. Yeah, I had originally contemplated when I was putting this thing together today, I said, you know, I'm not going to have time to record an episode for tomorrow. And so well, and I said also maybe I can do the recording tomorrow and just upload it tomorrow night, publish it tomorrow night. But in this case, you know, I finished everything. It's not too late at night, I guess. And I was able to get this one done for you. Aloe should be done soon. I hate to miss a day. I haven't missed a day. Maybe ever since we started this Let's Play series. I don't remember that I've missed any days. So I try to keep it that way if all possible. Keep pumping them out. Old Spartan, pumping them out. This thing's almost out of wood. We need to come back and fuel these things up at some point. Make the screamers all happy again. Give them something to scream about at least. I don't know if they're happy, but maybe they are happy. Maybe they're just misunderstood. But we have enough stone now. We could probably make some more cement. I say go for it, Spartan. Make yourself some more cement. Because you, sir, are going to need it. You all still think I'm crazy, you know. Oh, he's not going to need all that cement. He's going to waste all that cement. I guarantee we're going to use so much. I have so much more to go. Sand. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get 2 more sand. Let's see, is one of these... Okay, this one's done. Another 6,000 pumping out. Pump it out. You fool. Oh, we could probably eat a little meat stew. We're down to 11 meat stew. We have enough here to probably make ourselves at least another, what, 50? 65, actually. So make another stack of that here soon, too. Probably wait till we get down to the last couple, and then we'll make it. Nice. Oh, yeah, a couple more stone here we can drop in here and top these off. I'm going to do a little playing around. I got a free code for, well, it's not free. I'm sure I paid for it. But it's a code to download and play Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. And back in the day, you know, I did some Ghost Recon. It was a lot of fun. And so I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually going to try to download it. I don't think I'll be able to play it tonight. It's getting kind of late, but certainly tomorrow. I want to check that out, give that a look-see. Oh, I had some lighting. Here it is right here. Well, that's all done. Let's run back over here. We'll end the episode here. It's 30 minutes in. I know it's a little short, but give my voice a bit of a break here. It's it's getting late. Even the sun's up here, and it's 12 in the afternoon on the game. It's not in real life, so shoot over here. I want to test something out real fast, see how it looks, see how it do. So this is something I've been thinking about. If it doesn't look right, I'll auger it, and we'll get some bars, some iron bars going. Because I don't do a lot with trussing. Trussing's not my thing. I like the bars. But I'm pretty sure I can shoot firearms. I don't think I can shoot a crossbow through these, which is fine, because you know, I'm not really going to be shooting a crossbow except for that exploding bolt, and I'm not going to be shooting that at my feet anyway, downward. But I think you can fire a firearm through the trussing, so should be okay. Wood frames right there. So we can see down there a little bit. Let's build ourselves up here. Take a look at our work for the day. Get buzzed by a little flyby there. A bee. Yeah, it looks pretty good. How do we turn the... there we go. So that's what it's looking like now. It's starting to come together. Yeah, trussing looks okay, I guess. Once the concrete dries, you'll be able to tell a little better. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you just for everything, your support, being here each and every day, checking out these videos. All of those thumbs up, have had a lot of those lately. Really appreciate those. Those make a huge difference on the channel. All of you have yourselves a good day or good evening wherever you may be located. And I'll see you all tomorrow.